Hello guys, and welcome back to one of my new videos covering some of my recent conquests in video games. As you can tell, this one is based off of all sorts of manga and animations from the Shonen Weekly magazines or manga, if you've ever seen it. Well, this particular game is actually called J-Star's Victory, which is an interesting combination of every version or every form of Shonen Weekly or Shonen Weekly mangas and all their stories. So, I welcome you guys for checking out this game, and I will explain in great detail quite a bit about it. But for those of you that are looking forward to playing this, potentially, I won't tell any of the story, the concept, or anything about it. What I do plan to tell is some of the game modes, what it offers, and what all can be ascertained from it. And I will include a lot of game footage, my personal self, as well as, just some basic, simply explanatory events in this game. So, I hope you guys enjoy it. So, beginning with currently, the fighting mechanics are relatively intuitive. They're, as you would say, simply just a lock and mashing buttons, correct? You have your simple attacks that involve your weak attacks and your strong attacks, which allow you to do like combos in order to beat your opponent, obviously. And as you can see here, that's happening currently to me. They're using a special attack on me. Also, you can fight either 1-on-1, 2-on-2, or in some cases you can have 3-on-1. With that being said, you can have all sorts of teams, and there is equivalency of around 50 different playable characters in this game. So, your endless possibilities of every animation you've ever heard of and you've never heard of. As you will see later on in this video, there is a vast variety of animated characters that I personally have no idea, and none of you guys will know at all. As you can see currently in the battle scene, the ultimate attack that is up there. Now that is inspired or acquired once you do quite a bit of damage to your opponents, either knockouts or kills, and each character has their own individual special trait that they do that does well over enough damage to usually knock out your opponent or trounce his health all the way down to a satisfactory level. As you can see in the left-hand corner, lower left-hand corner, right there as my health goes down on my character, you have your health bar and you have your stamina bar. Also, your enemies can do the same thing, as you probably already knew. Now, on your lower right-hand side, as you can see there with the time meter and your mini-map, you can also be able to move around the map and be able to find not only your new enemies, but be able to do different sorts of attacks, be able to trajectorize yourself. You can also coordinate with your team member. As you can see in the lower left-hand corner there, it said normal. You can also toggle it and be able to tell your teammate what to do. Fighting, like I said, is intuitive and it's very smooth. Now with the game modes. As you can see here, I'm currently playing in adventure mode. So with that, it allows you to have battle characters. Here is where, as you progress through the adventure mode game, you can acquire new characters that are going to be played, as you can see, in Victory Road, Fury Battle, Arcade, and Online Battle modes. Which in the adventure mode, you don't necessarily have all the options you can with all the characters. You don't get to use them all, in a sense, as your main character. That being said, this is where you find all your characters. In this section right here, as you can see in the left-hand corner, is your support characters. Now these guys, as I failed to mention in the earlier part of this video, they essentially do like a specialty attack for your group. You hit the R or L3 or L2 button, and they do a special attack. This one right here is literally just little special tidbits in the game that you can do. So for your ship or whatever not. This section right here, you get cards. Now what these cards do later on, they allow you to essentially build decks. As you see right here, you can build decks that either amplify your character or, make them do certain things differently, beef up attack, defense, etc. And there's a whole list of cards you can choose from usually. You have to buy those. Your stories and quests, as you can see here, they are all categorized here. And each section, you can find quests as you go along, but it's usually just wherever you can find them and wherever you can pick them up. Those are not as important as you would think. Your ship, obviously you have to maintain it. You get little special tidbits. Your ship really does nothing though. Now, for the main menu, as you can see here, there's a whole category of them. Victory Road, Arcade, Free Battle, Online Battle, obviously, and then your custom stores where you can actually do what you want, because you do gain money outside of playing the main story. As you see here, we're playing Victory Road, or I'm going to show you a tidbit of it, where, like I said, I won't tell the story of what's going on, but this is essentially you're battling through different bosses with different objectives, different expectations. You have to meet certain goals, and also you got to clear out areas. As you can see here, there's like a little chart, and it tells you your opponents, and then in each battle, it'll give you a criteria of what you're going to be doing, what is expected you to do, and also bonuses that you can acquire that gives you more money, more XP, which as you go later down in the game, more XP in certain areas, which I'll explain here in a bit. These open up new characters, new weapons, new inventory items, new all sorts of stuff in the shops that you can buy for upgrading your character, cards, whatever you can think of. Now, those are essential for developing your character and your decks and whatnot. Well, I won't go into the battle details. Now, this one is arcade, which is, as you can see right here, is arcade, where you just literally fight different opponents, and it tells you each one has a particular level of doing things, or it tells you exactly what you're going to do. Some have mastered their techniques to abilities that are just ridiculous, and they are extremely tough. I have not been able to beat through it at all yet, but you have 6 different battle tiers. And in order to unlock the next course of battles, you have to beat all of them, which they are not easy. But it's for those that, once you acquire it, you can do all sorts of stuff. Now, going back to the story, the story is just simple cutscenes where you see the characters and you read a lot of it. A lot of it is not in English per se, it's more subtitles, and for your side quest and stuff, you have stuff like this guy, Toro. I've never seen him in any animation prior to this, and he's probably mostly focused in Japan. But you get characters like this that kind of just pop up, and you're like, oh, what in the heck? And this is how the story kind of goes unfolding. It's more of a manga and more of a, play through tall tale sort of thing, where it's just, this right here. It's no Japanese, or, they're always speaking Japanese actually, but you have subtitles to read, of course, and the story progresses in this sort of nature as you see here. Not really intuitive there, but it kind of gives you an idea of what the story is going to be about, and the characters are pretty cool looking too. Also, every battle has these sorts of scenes per character, which they say their own little lines in Japanese, and that is, you read what they say, but you can skip through it, thank goodness. Otherwise, you'd be just sitting there looking through every individual character depending on who you have. Now, in this game, I will probably be using, right here, I'll be using my support character here soon, at some point. Yes, right there. As you've seen, that girl was used on me. Now, she's a support character. She doesn't actually come into the fray and fight, but she assists me. And this, the victory burst, this is what, once your team makes this, they all have to hit it simultaneously, and boom, all of a sudden, everybody can do their own victory attack. And it's pretty killer. And that's the kind of attack you want. And each one's very unique and different. But the goal is to beat your opponent in a allotted amount of time in any of the battles, as well as beating them 3 times in a row. So with that being said, it's a pretty good game overall. I would recommend it for anybody who loves animation and anybody who loves a really decent, I feel like it's a really good quality kind of fighter game. So it's great for anybody that, like I said, loves anime but wants a good fighter game. And it's a really good price right about now. So I would recommend it for anybody that wants to have friends over and have the battles and stuff. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I wish you guys would subscribe if you want to know anything else. Also, if you have any comments relating on this particular video or any other video, then please leave them down in the video below. And till I see you guys next time, keep it classy and don't be nasty.